Welcome to another beautiful, beautiful edition, special edition of Entrepreneurs in Fuego, when we're documenting the journey of entrepreneurs, digital journey of entrepreneurs. And with me, I have Lateef Owens and I have Mr. Fred Hatcher. Can I just say that you're like the king of barbecue of Phoenix? I'm gonna gloss you that, and I'm gonna tell the story here about my experience with you folks this past weekend. But in the meantime, just tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
My name is Lateef Owens, and I have Unique's Apparel, which is a online clothing store. And basically, I help people that need clothing for business, special occasions, formal events, to help them get dressed and look sophisticated and unique for that occasion.
Well, let me tell you something, because you dress for success and you're helping people dress for success.
Yes, that is what I do. That's what I do. I enjoy doing that.
That's cool. And you, my man, I tell you, man, kudos, because you also helped in this endeavor. I got to tell the story. On Saturday, there was a function here at the Office Pile. We're here at the Office Pile. We're the number 5 co-working space here in the nation. And so you folks catered for this particular group, for this beautiful workshop that women had over here. And it was right after lunchtime or whatever, and I was incredibly hungry, and you hooked me up with a catering. And I didn't know, and I didn't meet this gentleman right here until today. Man, those ribs were amazing.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them. They are, Unique's, ribs, and you can't get nothing too much if it ain't unique. It's a good thing to satisfy, knowing that people want to be pleased when they want something good to eat.
But I have to ask you this, though, because is that a secret that was passed on, or did you kind of come up with a secret sauce?
Well, it started back home. I'm originally from Michigan, Muskegon, Michigan, and so is Lateef. And my mom and dad and them had 3 restaurants in the Detroit area, and my dad was a chef in the military, and kind of got up in age, and I was with him, and we did the Olympics back in '96, and I just had a passion for cooking and giving back to people. I was a chef at the rescue mission in Muskegon for a while, and I just decided to pursue it, keep pursuing. And my fiance told me to come to Phoenix, and we was gonna try it, and we did a thing, got started, and it was a success, because it was the first thing where she lived. It was the first time they ever had something like that, and now they wanted to keep going and going. So I just thank God that we have the opportunity to be able to to make people happy, give them what they want. It's not all about just money. It's about, if they please, if you please the people, they'll keep coming back. They want more. Exactly.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, I tell you what, though, I am not a food critic or anything like that, but I gotta tell you, I mean, I've tried many a rib in my lifetime, and man, them ribs on Saturday, man, they were just out of control, man. I was like a pit bull, and I had this big old plate right in front of me, and people were talking to me. I'm like, get away, and I was just shooing people away. I just transformed myself, man. But I want to know a little bit about your journey as well, because I figured, you folks are entrepreneurs, and, you're taking a risk by being entrepreneurs, by being in business for yourselves. Tell me a little bit about your journey, because I figure I don't think anybody put $1 million in your pocket and said, hey, go ahead, honey.
No.
Start your business.
No. Basically, I started in Muskegon, Michigan. I worked for my pastor and his wife. They had a clothing store, Broadway Fashions, and we basically catered towards, first ladies, pastors, and things like them, helping them to get dressed. And so I worked in that. But then at some point when I moved here to Arizona, I said, what's a better way that I can do this business to where it can reach, a wider range of people. And so I took things in online. I had got help to, get catalogs and things put together and get it put online so that I could, people could access it, because internet is the new thing. A lot more people are online shopping and things like that. So that's the way I was able to take it to, another level, and not necessarily have inventory and things like that. And it has worked. And so we're just
You're smart, man. I tell you what. And were you always an entrepreneur like this, or did you work for corporate America and then you just became an entrepreneur? How did this happen?
I think I've always been an entrepreneur from when I was a little kid, because we grew up poor. We didn't have a lot of money, and I always found things to do: sell candy, help people at the grocery store with their groceries, just different things to make a little money here or there. So just, having those experiences and growing up, I think it just helped me into launching, finding ideas. And I always pray and ask God for a plan, and he just gives me a plan for the next step. And, so I just have to say he has helped me through to, get God ideas to make things happen.
Well, and let me tell you something, because you're doing all the right things. You're just eliminating the need to inventory stuff. So that's where you go into the internet. And all of these are very clever decisions. So where did you learn this? Because there are a lot of people out there that are going to be watching this thing, right? And they're going to go, here I am. I'm a single mother. I'm a single parent. I've got 3 kids. I don't get any support from anybody. I want to start my business. What do I need to? Because it sounds to me like you figured it out. And I don't think that you have that much help other than God's help. You're saying nobody's holding your hand and telling you, hey, this is the next step. And this is the next step. And this is the next door that you need to open, right? I mean, what kind of advice would you give entrepreneurs that are out there looking to do what you do?
Well, I would just say follow your dream, and, connect with other people that are doing what it is that you like to do, and, try to, just, have a plan, try to have a plan as to where you want to go and what you'd like to see happen. And then from there, connect with others, because people are willing to help, when, you let them know what it is you're trying to do.
Do you think, I'm sorry for that, because do you think that sometimes our pride gets in the way and we don't want to ask because we don't want to be embarrassed and say, oh, I want to give the impression that I know a lot more than I do, and that's why I am embarrassed to ask?
Right. I think some people can be that way. I was a single mom. At the time that I started my business, I was a single mom raising 2 children, but I had a dream and I had a plan, and I wanted, to make this thing happen that, I had in my heart, as far as, and the experiences that I had. And so I asked people, that were either in that area or working in that field for help, and sometimes I had to pay people for, help, but all the while it helped me get to where I am today.
And I tell you, because you have in this man a great support system as well, right? And you find you're supporting him and you're supporting her, so you find that this is a great partnership.
Oh yeah, because it starts with the Lord. By being us both being a walk with the Lord. You got to have a plan. You take it to Him first, and her support of the barbecue, our business, and my support of the clothing store, it helped us to be, kind of on the same team, working together. You got to have that togetherness when you opening up a business, because if you one pulling this way and one pulling that, it's going to be a problem. But if you pulling together, come to the table with ideas and say, well, honey, what you think about this? Or, and she say, yeah, I think that's a good, let's add this to the menu. Or what you think about this suit? All these shoes and this suit, people got a lot of things going on right now, with, businesses, holidays coming up, and it's been just a great success with what she's doing, and she got all of my support and love, because I see some of the things on there I want myself.
But it's so true. But what I see here too is that you support him as well, and so it's a very, very great partnership that I see. Not only love, but also a business partnership.
Oh yes, definitely. We support each other in that. You know, when we were younger, we were. I worked with their family in the barbecue business, and so I knew what it was like to, work with them and seeing the profits that were made, in the business. So I know it to be a success, and being that it's a dream that he has in his heart to take it to another level, I want to help to support that. And just help him to get to another level in it because it's definitely a great product.
You got the secret sauce.
Oh yeah, I think my dad, William Parker, and my mom, Miss Bonita Parker, they chefs, and wow, with the seasoning and the sauce. I mean, you can eat the seasoning and the sauce just on a piece of bread and make a sandwich.
I'm a witness, man. Because I'm telling you, I was like this. I was like, and I'm looking at people, and I'm like, hey, can I have, I'm like, get out of here. Get away from me. This is mine. And there was nothing left on just my little plate, right? And I was just shooing people away, man. It was so, you should have seen me, man. You would have been proud of me.
Oh, yes, it was wonderful. Yes, and we appreciate that because, that was something I hadn't thought of, but already we have shared it with family members, and they love it. So
yeah, I think that you should brand that whatever secret sauce is. I tell you what, man, it was very good. It was very, very, very good. And so you do a lot of the catering as well, and so people can call you and say, hey, we have from 5 people to 1,000 people. It don't matter because. And look, we're going to promote you because your food was just phenomenal, and also the entrepreneurship that you have and what you're doing, helping women and helping people, get dressed and all that stuff is really fascinating. So, what do you think is the hardest thing right now as an entrepreneur right now? And I know you're a partnership, but let me ask you, what do you find the most difficult thing right now as an entrepreneur?
Well, you're getting things together. You're moving to a new city, and you got to have things together. And by her being here, for 8 years, and we discussed it, and by her, with her big input, helped me out a lot. Well, we should do it this way, and she know a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people from Arizona, but she does.
You got the secret sauce.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, she helped make the secret sauce.
Oh, now it comes to light. So how long have you known each other?
Oh, we dated 18 years ago. We were engaged to be married 18 years ago, and we've been knowing each other for well over 20 plus years.
So here's the question. What do you think is well, you got the secret sauce, but in more ways than one, because you have a secret sauce for the successful partnership that you have. What do you think is the secret sauce for success in your partnership?
Well, I think when you got a plan and you're working together, me and her both, I walk with Christ, with praying and sometimes we can put something together and it don't work because you ain't putting God. You got to have God in everything. And by us both, her high position in our church we go to with singing and all that, I listen to her because, when she lead a prayer, I'm right behind her. When I lead a prayer, she right behind me. So we thank God for being on the same accord. And stepping out in faith is always good, God wants us to come to him with plans and businesses, and he blesses it,
Well, that's phenomenal. So what happens when you disagree, when he's doing something that you're kind of, I don't think that's the right way to do it, or maybe if he did it this other way, how do I tell him? How do you handle that? How do you manage that?
Well, like any other couple, we have our disagreements and we have had some, fallouts, but we come back together. We pray about things, we come back together and we work them out. Because we know that, it's bigger than us. What we're doing is bigger than us. The clothing, the barbecue, we believe God has a bigger plan for our lives and that it can be successful. So we know that we have to work out the differences that we have because it's a bigger plan involved. So
if you had to pick a business, either the clothing or the barbecue, which one would you pick?
We picked the barbecue.
I was gonna, I was. I was gonna make your decision easy because I said I'll pick for you because I'm gonna pick the barbecue. It's just out of control. That barbecue is out of control. It was so good. Now, do you have a restaurant right now where people can go and taste the ribs and the barbecue that you have?
No, we don't have one right now, but we're looking forward to, meeting good people, which we've met, finding things that's, helpful to us to be able to, give back and get things moving where we can have enough room and space, because we got a whole lot of people that we just did this weekend behind us. But, it's about coming together, praying for a building and getting the people that wants to work and pitch in and be able to, make it a successful.
Yep. And what I'm thinking is, have you seen those trucks, those food trucks and stuff? I think one for oh my goodness gracious. I mean, and you can just, you're internet savvy, so you just put it out in social media. Hey, we're going to be in the corner of 7th Street in Sheridan with our ribs truck. Woo! My goodness, man, that thing would be such a success.
We are definitely working towards that, getting the barbecue pits and being able to, get like the carts and, things like that, equipment that we are in need of. Because, he's fairly new here. So we're just building and getting things going. But it's in the plan.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, your clothing business, it's successful. It's great. It's terrific. But I can't eat shoes, man. I can't eat. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't want to taste shoes, or I don't want to taste pants or anything like that. Oh, look at that. Things fly around here, so mind them. We got little gifts over here.
When I think about the big picture, when it's all said and done, we are in the barbecue business together. And so, if there's a choice, I want to do it what we're doing together. So, and we know that it can be successful. So.
Well, I know. Look, this show is watched by thousands of people, and I know there's somebody out there going, "Man, he's raving about them ribs," So, and they got a good business, and everything else. They're going to want to taste it, and so there will be, mark my words, that at some point somebody's going to be watching this is going to go, that's a pretty cool business right there. Maybe I can invest in a little food truck and become your partner or something like that, and that, because that's the rage right now, all this food trucks. And so you have your food that travels all throughout Phoenix and doing your catering and everything else. So, but I tell you what, I mean, I'm your number one fan, man, for both of you, because you guys are awesome. The way that you handle yourself on Saturday by just doing the whole catering, the presentation, incredibly professional. The food was great, and I tell you, I mean, it was just people were smiling. I mean, people eat this stuff, and they're like, and their barbecue sauce all over them.
Happy.
Taylor, everybody, I was incredibly happy.
Awesome. And I'm really glad you all enjoyed it.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to give you both a nice T-shirt, because what we do here with Entrepreneurs in Fuego, there's certain traits that all entrepreneurs have, and you do definitely have these virtues, which are simplicity, discipline, honesty, humility, and kindness. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. And so we would like to present you with this little T-shirts right here, one for you, one for you. So if it is not the right size, we'll hook you up there on the way out. And so, man, I really appreciate it, and really wish you much success in your businesses. And whether it's the clothing, whether it's the barbecue, my bias, you know where I stand. You know where I stand, because I take.
Get you dressed for doing these kind of interviews, see, so I can make you look good.
You see, I did not know that.
Yes, I can make that happen for you.
All right, so we're going to talk after the show about that for sure. And thank you very much for being on the show. And with that, we are out.
Welcome to the